Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Today we are going to talk strictly about your introduction and your essay. So, you are going to get this document and it has two potential essay prompts. So, you're going to choose one prompt on which to write your final essay. It'll be based on your claim, the evidence, organization, etc. So you have two options, and really your all's thesis will direct right to it. Now, you do need to make sure that your thesis has been checked off by me. So on that 12-1, I believe it was the snow day one, you want to make sure that I have responded back to your thesis or just given you a 2 out of 2. If it's in as missing or I returned it, fix it in the comments because we need to make sure your thesis is good before you move on. So I'll be on my computer today checking them if you need me. I am always on my computer from the time of like 8 to 3. Honestly, I'm checking things up to, like 4 or so, but then I make sure to kind of like let my toddlers run my life after that. So you have two essay prompts that you're going to choose from. The first one right here, imagine you are a member of the jury at a non-trial murder of Haymon Lee. Explain your claim using 3 pieces. So you're going to say, just like what you all had done, Adnan Syed is guilty of the murder of Haymon Lee because of this, this, and this. So it's 3 short and sweet answers, or short and sweet reasons, really, I should say. Like a lot of people have said, like, because of Jay's testimony, that could be one reason. The prompt 2 is, if Adnan Syed is not guilty of Haymon Lee's murder, who is? So explain your theory. So if I'm going to say Jay is, this is the prompt that I would go with. So, Jay is guilty of the murder of Haymon Lee because of his inconsistencies. That could be one start. So look over these. Remember that you're not using I believe or I think. You're using logic and reason, which would be your logos. You're going to try to use facts, statistics, and then your opposing views will come from your counter argument. So I'm going to share with you this rubric that goes over everything. Now, it's ultimately 35 points possible. You'll start with a 15-point bumper. So if you did absolutely nothing, you're going to wind up with a 0. Or at least, I guess if you turn it in a 15 out of 50. But you can see as the rubric goes on, like what I'm expecting, so that you're using 0 first person and second person, that you're citing throughout your paper. And I'm going to show you how to do that this week. That you have a counter argument, that your thesis statement is beautiful, that you're using a grid 3.8 paragraph, which we're going to talk about tomorrow. You have transitions and that your spelling is correct. So today what we're going to do is mainly discuss your introduction format. So I am going to scroll. Sorry, sometimes this takes just forever and it runs a little slow. So, okay. So what we're going to do is do our introduction. So there's really only 3 things that you need to do in your introduction. First off, you need a really good hook. So do not give me something like, do you think Adnan Syed is guilty? Maybe you could start with a cool hook from him. Maybe you could start with a fact or statistic about the case. Even Adnan Syed has been in jail for blank number of years and is expected to never get out, or, something like that. But again, we're trying to not use first person. We're not using second person point of view in this hook. So, some of my favorite hooks are things like facts and statistics, quotes. Let's see, what else are usually good. You can pose a question, but without, using you or first person point of view. So then I go on into the background. Now, my hook is normally going to be somewhere around the world of 1 to 2 sentences. So then I'm going to go to my background. My background is where you are giving me all the hey, cool, that's fun. All the information about the case. Now, in this one, you're going to have to give me a backstory here, like what happened. Talk to me about Haymon Lee. Who is she? So, who is Hay? Who is Adnan? If you're talking about Jay, who is Jay? So you're introducing the characters and the situation. So the case, who was killed, how was she found, like all of those things. So try to give me like a summary of the case. Now, I would say for this paper, because you have a lot to discuss to like try to get me up to par, it's probably going to be a little lengthier. Like I would say in the realm of like 4 to 5 sentences at least. Um, I also think that we do a disservice because often our introductions are the longest part of our paper, because you're having to introduce me to this whole topic. So I don't like if it's going longer than a page, yeah, then like it's probably too long. But it should be a really solid paragraph here. So again, like I like 5 sentences for me would probably be at least for this, because if I'm trying to tell you who Hay is, who Adnan is, who Jay is, what happened, um, who's even in jail right now, like I would need to know all of that. So I'm gonna put like somewhere like 5 sentences at least. Okay, then my thesis goes right here. Now, this should not say anything about I think. It should not say I believe. It should not say Jay probably did it. This thesis is a moment for you to say, this is exactly what happened, and I know it to be true. So you're going to convince me. So that's why I've been telling you, go straight in with like Adnan is guilty of the murder of Hae Min Lee, or Jay is guilty of the murder. Or, you know, you can say Adnan is innocent. Oftentimes that's really difficult to write about. Before you all fully decide, like, hey, I have this done, my thesis is beautiful, can you actually talk about 3 body paragraphs for each reason? Like, can you talk about a whole body paragraph about how there was no payphone at Best Buy? Some of you all have used that in your thesis, and I've responded back with like, I don't know. Can you do that? So I would definitely tell you to just think about that. Like, can you write a full paragraph on that reason? So that will take care of your introduction. So what I'd like for you to do is I am going to give you this as a material, I believe. I think that's how I have it set up. So what I'll be asking is that you create your paper on there. You will not ultimately turn this in until next week. Sorry, that's my attendance alarm. So you'll turn this in at the end of next week, but I will ask every day a question, and I'll just ask like, hey, can you copy and paste over your introduction? Can you copy and paste over your body paragraph? So all that you have to do, you know, is just like copy, Control C, and then Control V into your question. So that's the easiest way that I can just go through and kind of double check. One thing that I would definitely encourage you to do is stay on track with me. Every day I'm going to give you a lesson. So tomorrow's will be about your 3.8 paragraph structure. The next day will be about citations. And then we'll start working on like your counters too. So you'll have like a mini lesson for me every day. Now today I will be on at 10:30 and 12:30 on my Google Meet. All you have to do is type in the code Sulky Office Hours, and I'm there. I would highly encourage you to do that if you're confused, if you just want help, or even if you just want me to like check over your introduction. I am right there, and then you can just turn in and we can get it graded. It's really easy to just get everything handled in that Google Meet, and you can always just say hi too. So let me know if you need anything, as always. Remember, your introduction is 3 things: your hook, your background information, and your thesis statement. And your thesis statement always has 3 reasons. All right, guys. Hope you have a beautiful day. Join my Google Meet today, please. Let's do that. That way I can help you with your introduction. And I will see you all tomorrow on Thursday. Have a great day.